What's going on, and welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Matt, or Snussycopen. Whatever reason that brought you here, it's probably for the Camaro that's actually tucked in the garage right in front of me. We're going to open up the garage, see how those two coats of plastic dip look. I'm going to back the car out, see how it looks, and judge how many more coats I need to put on tonight. The goal, for tonight is to get at least done in the back to the doors, ground effects, top, everything. Have that all done, the tape off, everything ready to rock and roll. Supposedly, my decal for the door is supposed to be here now. It should have been delivered. So I'm going to check and make sure, and then we're going to have to try to figure out a way to get these side trim pieces off. But first, let's get the garage door open. One of the downsides, I don't have an automatic garage door. Okay, I'll lift this puppy up, but there she sits as she looks right now. So I'm gonna back the car out, see how everything looks, and who knows, maybe we don't need to touch up, but I kind of see like little spots like down and through here that could probably use some attention, so we'll figure that out. But let's back it out first. Well, my 5 Below tripod is no longer a thing. I went to go set it up and dropped it, and that's shot. So now, who knows? I might just prop the phone up against something so you guys can see the initial startup. That just kind of explains how my whole day has been, to be honest with you guys. My whole day has been kind of crappy since this morning when I woke up for work at like 4 something, 5 o'clock. So one of the first things that I noticed, obviously this is just the rust spots that I kind of painted over. Obviously I knew that was going to be, but I kind of don't like how it looks kind of thick up here and thin down here, so I'm gonna have to correct that. And then there's a couple little spots where you can kind of see where I went a little bit heavier than certain areas, like specifically right here, kind of up and through here. A lot of that stuff is going to obviously get corrected, but I think we're getting someplace. And I think ultimately once all the tape and stuff is done, I think it's gonna be like a 10-footer. You're definitely, when you come up close, you're gonna notice the imperfections, but like I said, there's gonna be a lot of decals that are going on this car. So a lot of this stuff might be covered up depending on how I place the decals, which best case scenario, I'll probably place them properly, that you guys don't see some of the mess ups. So we're gonna try to beat the rain right now. I'm actually going to back the Camaro in and get it to where I'm kind of under the light, so I can work specifically on the driver's side tonight, because like I said, I believe my Dale Earnhardt decal is up in my parents' house. All right, so I have the package in my hand for the decal. Hopefully that's what's inside here. But I forgot one big thing with this truck that it didn't dawn on me until I looked at my phone this morning. My truck is out of inspection, so I might have to drive the Jetta the next couple days, which is kind of gonna suck, or I might just roll the dice and keep driving the truck. Alright, so right now I'm just going to open this package and hope that it is my decal, because I've been waiting for this for a couple days now, which, like I said, I'm really hoping it is. I'm assuming that it is, because I believe I got a 14 by 12 Dale Earnhardt number 3. I'm assuming that it's in here rolled up, so get this sucker open. Of course, they put layer upon layer of tape on this stupid thing. Sticker. There's half of the sticker gone, but anyway, I'm hoping that the 14-inch is big enough. I don't want it to be too large, but I also don't want it to be too small. So I was thinking that, quite frankly, this should be perfect. So as soon as I get it out of the box, we will mock it up with the side of the car and figure it out. Alright, so you guys can see it's a very large decal. I'm gonna kind of just throw it up to the side of the car here. I don't know, I think I could have went bigger, but I think we'll be able to pull it off. I think the overall, once this is on and the ground effects and the trim and stuff like that is all together, I think that this will look relatively decent size-wise on the car. Plus, this trim piece is going to be gone, so it's going to lay flat. I do think that we're going to be okay. So before I get into the actual process of working on the car tonight, I want to turn the light on down here, see if everything is kind of how I want it to be. So basically I'll be babysitting for a couple hours, so you guys will notice it will most likely be dark by the time that I come down here. So I just kind of want to double check lighting and stuff like that, make sure we're okay. I think we will be fine for the car tonight. Also, I don't know if you guys have noticed this since I got this garage. I couldn't tell you how many times I've walked underneath this, clipped it, done whatever. I gotta do something, like figure out, like, I mean, it's nice that it's padded, but I feel like the past couple videos, every video, I hit this at some point with my freaking head. All right, so it might be kind of hard to see, but I did get the trim pieces, which are laying over there, off, and now I'm gonna have to get all of this like double-sided tape that they had on here cleared up so we can get this door done, so we can see what the number 3 looks like on this side. Whether or not this will be in this video, I am not entirely sure, but it will depend on how long this takes. So I'm gonna spend a little bit of time doing this, not gonna bore you guys to death with me scraping tape off the side of the car, but then after that, you know, depending on, at least I want to start over here and get this completely finished down to the bottom. You know, that way I can start doing the ground effects, start doing this door, and just get the extra coats on the back of this. That will make me content tonight if I can get the remaining coats on this. Like I said earlier in the video, kind of correcting some of this issues, which isn't necessarily a big issue because there is going to be a GM emblem here and then the Good Wrench sticker going here that's actually going to cover a lot of these blemishes up. So I got the majority of it scraped down, but there's some spots like right here where like I probably could have spent more attention to scraping. But for the most part, it's decently smooth, but I'm going to sand down some of this stuff just to kind of get the rest of the excess. But like I said, you know, the majority of this stuff is actually going to be covered with stickers and decals anyway. So we are going to just kind of lightly scuff this up and get an idea. We'll take the Dale Earnhardt sticker, which I have sitting on the back now, and just kind of get a better idea of what size-wise we're looking at. Now that that trim piece is off, I mean, it's kind of hard to see, but I really don't think that it's going to be that terrible. I mean, I guess we won't know until those doors are painted. I'm not going to lie to you guys. This project is going to be pretty in-depth. And honestly, with working typically like 10, 12 hours a day, sometimes it does get rough to commonly post. But I did post on Instagram today that I will be posting more than likely like 4 or 5 videos a week. Now I'm trying to stay very consistent and actually record the day before, so the video that you guys will see, which is this one, will actually be tomorrow, and I'll probably be starting another video already. So basically there'll be a day behind, but if you guys are up to date on Instagram, you guys will see the up-to-date pictures and progress, as well as checking this out. So vice versa, it doesn't matter which one you check. Obviously, you know, watching the YouTube channel, you guys will see more in depth. You guys will see like the actual processes and stuff like that. But let's get back to it. I don't want to blab my mouth off, but just wanted to let you guys know. I put more coats on the back half of the car. I am working towards the door right now. I'm going to grab some painter's tape and tape off the window, just, you know, where I think that I'm going to overspray. You know, so we can get a rough idea of where this 3 is going to sit. I want to say I'm concerned. I'm not concerned, blah, 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 blah. I kind of am, to be honest with you guys. I think it's going to be too small the more and more that I think about it. But I think I can make do with what we have and then maybe ultimately change it out. But I'm going to tape off this window real quick and do the door. So this is where it would be nice to have my tripod, which is unfortunately broken. Just to kind of like show you guys what's going on, but I will buy another tripod because they're just so convenient when it comes to recording and having it to the side where you guys can see legitimately what I'm doing and what's going on. You know, I think they're great. I really do. And the fact that, you know, I've had it for hell almost since I started the channel, which was like April of 2018, so it lasted quite a while. So I'm not upset that it broke. I mean, I dropped it. I legitimately dropped it trying to get ready to record the video of me backing out of the garage in the beginning of the video. So I'm not upset that it broke. I will be buying another one. It's just kind of an inconvenience right now not having it. So I'm just laying this tape, honestly, and it'd be nice for you guys to see this. And I want you guys to know, I am no auto body specialist. I am no auto mechanic, anything like that. I'm literally doing this out of my garage. You know, so this is legitimately going to be like a hillbilly build, I guess you could call it. And you know, and I'm sure I will get a lot of shit from people basically saying, oh look, a redneck fucking painted his car like Dale Earnhardt. What a fucking idiot. Well, honestly, that doesn't bother me because the fucking idiot that you're talking about, which is referring to me, I really don't care about. And it's still going to break your neck when you see it driving on the street or you go to the drag strip and you see it. But the problem is, the majority of the people that will talk shit on YouTube, Instagram, wherever, don't even have a car that's worthy of going to the strip. Now, I'm not saying that this 305 is some type of animal, but at least it's a car that I built in my garage that is going to be taken to the drag strip and actually used where it is supposed to be. You know, unlike, and I hate to be stereotypical, but the majority of cars that you see running around town, for example, Hondas. The Hondas are like, oh, okay, let's put a muffler on our Honda, and it's some type of magical fast, and it automatically goes from 135 horsepower to 300 just like that by putting a Maxwell House or a Folgers on the back of your car. That's not how this shit works. You know, the 305 that is in this car is not going to be the motor that stays in this car. Painting this car like Dale Earnhardt isn't going to stay like this forever. Ultimately, this car is going to be completely redone. So there goes the asshole with the comments that I actually got pissed off at a couple weeks ago. He's a fucking dick. So basically, this car is just going to be an eye catcher for right now. Yeah, I'll take it to the drag strip. It'll catch some eyes, and that's basically what I'm going for. So I half-assed scrunched up the tape that was actually hanging over the door, laid a couple layers up that way, because ultimately this is obviously going to get done. And even the T-top bar right here, the tape will be pulled off of this to continue it out. And then this will also be plastic dipped. And then I'm going to try to find like an inch thick, well, I guess you should say, yeah. Anyway, you know what the hell I mean. Dale Earnhardt's signature that'll go up here on either side. So, you know, just little minor details that I'm going to do in this spray bomb, whatever the hell you want to call it, that will kind of like give it the extra feature. Alright guys, well, I'm getting tired. Some of this stuff is still wet, very wet, because I just painted it, but I went ahead and started on the fender and the door. So we are starting to look like an actual Dale Earnhardt car now. I mean, it's just turning all black for the most part. I mean, you can see like all this stuff is wet. So waiting on that to dry, double check that tomorrow, see what it looks like, and then, you know, this already has 3 coats on it. So 3 coats of plastic dip on the door and the fender, plus the back has 4 all the way around, all the way across to the other side. So with the number 3 that I have, we'll have to find out tomorrow, potentially see what that looks like. But I mean, I'm definitely happy with how this is turning out so far. It's going to be a long process of just getting it painted, getting it prepped, get it ready to go, and then adding all the decals. So if this was your first time watching a video on my channel, I hope you give this a big thumbs up. There's that fucking thing that I said that I'd always hit in each video ever since we moved into this garage. Anyway, if this was your first time watching a video on my channel, I hope you give it a big thumbs up. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button down below. Tell all of your NASCAR friends about this and the fact that it is literally just a garage build. If you guys can do that, that would be awesome. Also, we hit 1,700 subs. Thank you guys so much. I'm not sure if it's the Dale Earnhardt stuff that's bringing more people in, but I really, really do appreciate it. Every subscriber counts. It means a lot. I love entertaining people. That was my main reasoning for making this channel, was to entertain people. So when you're sitting there late at night, you're just like, oh, I wonder what the asshole with the redneck Dale Earnhardt Camaro is doing today. I want to be the guy that entertains you. So tell all of your friends. Till the next time, guys. See ya.